the Blazers into victories. Last night, Dame dropped a game-high 34 points and was a whopping plus 19 for the night. He also went 6 of 13 from deep that included a go-ahead 36-footer in the fourth quarter. And I got to admit here, I am becoming a Dame fan. It's fun to watch. Shannon, give Dame a letter grade.
A+.
A+?
A+. He continues to shine for the Lakers. Yeah,
Wow.
Skip, I got you. Because the fourth quarter comes around and you know what time it is. Everybody starts pointing at them watches. And it ain't talking about no Gucci either. The huge three, Skip, they had a 6-point lead. The scramble, it looks like AD and Caruso's going to get the ball. And next thing you know, Blazers come up with it, kick it to Dame. Dame sidestep, let Danny Green goes by. As the clock goes off, the ball's in the air. It splashes nothing but net. The 3 threes, the 2 big assists. Skip, sometimes, you know, we got to stop looking at it because for me is that having playing with John Elway, my quarterback, Skip, sometimes it wasn't about throwing the touchdown. Sometimes it was about making crucial throws that kept us on the field. And sometimes, even though Dame is not scoring, he's doing other things that puts his team in position to win the game. Those are huge threes. Those are back breakers. And nothing breaks your back more than a big play. And Skip, you know, having covering football, and I know that's what your background, you love the sport of football. There's something about an 80-yard touchdown pass that gets the crowd going more so than a 1-yard TD run. There's just something about that. It's something about that 3-point shot that's more exciting now. It used to be the dunk, but now it's the 3-point shot that gets the crowd. Although it's no crowd, it gets their team energized. And he was able to hit 3, and as you mentioned, it goes from 26 to 30 to 36 feet, and he's going further and further and further. Back, back, back. And he was great. He was what you wanted to see your stars in the fourth quarter do something that helped their team win. He did that. He made the big shots. He made the big plays. I have no choice but to give him an A+.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I also have a choice, and I'm going to give him a B+.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I lost him for 2 full quarters, from mid-second quarter all the way to almost mid-fourth quarter. It wasn't Dame time. He was missing in action. He didn't score a single basket over 2 full quarters of play. And for that matter, he had not scored a single basket until that 3-pointer with 7:37 left over 2 full fourth quarters of play that stretched all the way back to the Brooklyn game. Last 7-12 of the Brooklyn game, no baskets. All the fourth quarter against Memphis, no baskets. The first 3 minutes that he came into the game last night in the fourth quarter, it was not Dame time. He missed 2 shots and had a turnover. And then, to your point, there was a loose ball scramble and a kick to him. And at 7:37, he had a wide-open, sort of standalone, uncontested 3-point shot. And to his credit, he made it. I believe he has such a high basketball IQ that he knew he was in a dire circumstance at that point because the pressure was mounting because he'd gone so long over 3 straight games of fourth quarters without scoring a basket, and so long in that game without scoring a basket. To his credit, he made that one. Wide open as it was, sometimes those are the hardest to make. And he ripped it. And he felt better about himself. And then he said, heck with this trap. I just want my big to come pick for me because I can separate from Alex Caruso. And he separated on the next one down and shot a 30-footer and made it. And that one was with 5:46 left, and that tied the game. So that's a big shot. And then with 3:13 left, he put them ahead by 3 with an absolute bomb. He shot that one from Cape Canaveral, and he made it. Clean as whistle. Blow the whistle. Isn't that the East Oakland song?
Yes.
Right. So he blew that whistle from deep.
Hold on. I thought that was supposed to be a Laker game. How the hell we playing anthem for...
You know what? That's a good question. Who did hit that button? That's a good point.
Yeah, he'll get fired. We got to fire his butt.
Wasn't that a Too Short song?
Yeah, that's Too Short from Oakland. He from Too Short from Oaktown.
Yeah, okay. But Dame was over.
Yeah, he going dumb. He went stupid with it.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who did that?
I want to know. That's a very good question that you should ask. That was a Laker home game. Who hit that button?
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like somebody with the Lakers is becoming a Dame fan too.
Yeah, secretly undercover. But Skip, he had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in the fourth quarter. And if you remember, Nurkic had just picked up his 5th foul. Nurkic is on the time. When he hit that 3 and the Lakers called timeout, he's doing this. He's like, you know what time it is? It's Dame time.
Okay.
Skip, you told me you wanted to see him score something other than free throws.
Okay, but I did want him to take it home.
He did.
And he did not take it home.
Yes, he did.
There's 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. Did you see Jamal Murray 2 days ago against Utah? Did you see what he did? He just said, give me the damn ball and get out of my way. The last 139 against Utah, Jamal Murray scored 8 straight points and then went to overtime and scored 10 straight points.
Let that sink in.
That's closing.
As hard as Jamal Murray was, and he had 18 over the last 5 minutes.
No, last 139.
He only had
16.
He only had 2 more points than Dame Lillard.
2 more points how?
Total points. 36 to 34.
Okay, for the whole game.
Yes.
But remember, Jamal Murray, down to the 139 left in the fourth quarter, he had only 18 points, and he wound up with 36.
Yes.
That's impossible.
And Dame was coaching and said, you know what, this game about to get out of hand. Let me go ahead and do what I do.
Well,
boom, 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 boom,
okay,
boom.
I give you that, because he needed to make those shots. And then, remember, LeBron canceled his first 3 with a 3 of his own.
Yeah, and then he comes right back.
Okay, but then Dame's dribbling the ball up the floor, and he gets bumped by Dwight. I thought it was a foul, but they called a travel. So all of a sudden, LeBron's got the ball back. And here we went, and Dame saved them. But then the 2 who brought it home were Carmelo with a dagger and then Gary Trent Jr. with another dagger. And those came at 2:33 and 1:15. Dame was quiet the last 3:13. He took another 3 and missed it.
Any good team, if you smart, you said anybody other than Dame. Skip, I'm going to live with that. I'm going to let Melo. Now, I know Melo has hit some big buckets.
He has.
Melo has a lot of game-winning shots on his resume. He got a lot of game winners on his ball.
He's had them this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Skip, you remember that Memphis game? He the one that tied and got into overtime with that 3. He did it again on Saturday. So I'm not surprised, Melo. Gary Trent Jr. is the one that's showing me something, because he's not afraid.
He didn't show me much until that shot.
But he's not afraid.
He is not afraid.
Yeah.
And you know why he's not? Because he grew up around pro basketball locker rooms. He was in NBA locker rooms because his father was a decent NBA
And that's normally how it works, Skip. You look at Steph Curry, you look at Klay Thompson, you look at these guys that grew up around it, Grant Hill, you look at these guys that grew up around that situation, and they're not in awe of the moment. Even though he's a second-year player, he played, I mean, that was a big shot. That was a big shot, and I was like, there's no way he's going to take and make that. And he switched it.
And he fearlessly attempted to guard LeBron James for much of the game.
And I just knew, Skip, I was ready. You know, Miss Trip Dub, she had been in quarantine. You know, Jenny, she arrived late, so she had to stay an extra 3 or 4 days in quarantine. But she made it out just in time. She was watching the game.
Really?
Yeah, Miss Trip Dub was down there in the bubble.
She cannot go into the bubble.
She can. You can have, you can have up to, if you got close family and friends.
Not yet. That's for the second round.
That we there.
She was in the bubble. LeBron's got to be quarantined now.
He's
got to be quarantined for like 8 days.
You see LeBron always has his mask on, and she was there?
Really?
Yeah, but she had quarantined everything. She was good. And,
but you're saying she stayed 6 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw stars, too, because I was rubbing my head. You know what? I got to stop getting like this, Skip, because it's almost like I'm playing. Because when we lost the game, Skip, I couldn't sleep. And now I worked myself up with the football games, especially the Lakers, man. I can't sleep. I'm tossing and turning. I'm done. Really? I ain't watching the game. No, you have to tell me how it happened. I'm
here to tell you, you have no issues. You're okay going forward. They're going to win tomorrow night.
I get so worked up. The dogs are worked up. They, you know, because I'm on it. You know how it is, Skip. I'm on it.
I know. Nobody knows better than I know.
I keep thinking about Miss Trip Dub. Made an appearance, didn't get the job done.
Nah, she didn't.
Sorry.
We got to send her butt home.
Okay, we gave Dame a grade, but what about LeBron? He may have had a historic night. It wasn't enough. We discussed the king after the break.